I promised I'd give you a little bit of extra advice. I want to talk to you about creating a checklist to help you make sure you implement the feedback from the previous weeks. This can be a really helpful tool to take the burden off your working memory and to really boost your grade because it helps you check your work more effectively. So let's say, for example, I gave you feedback previously to be careful not to use the letters T and H when you really mean V, okay? What you can do is you're going to make a checklist and you're just going to make a note to yourself in some way, however you want to do it, to check if I did this, I want to make sure it's that, or it might be this also. It could be the theta, depending on the word. And what you'll do is, after you've done your transcription, you're going to go through your checklist and just look for one thing at a time. Just go through and check, did I do that? Or do I see T and H next to each other? The only time you'll see T and H next to each other is in a word like boathouse. Okay. Another one is, did I use the letter C? We won't use it in this course. The letter C in IPA is sia. It happens in foreign languages. So you're going to check and make sure if you meant k or s. Okay, so you'll go through, check your whole assignment just for the letter C. Did you accidentally use commas, question marks, or hyphens, or capital letters? Check for those, okay? And you might break them down into single items, so you only check for one thing at a time, okay? There's some feedback that I keep giving like week after week after week, and I try to do it in different ways, and I try to include videos in the feedback, and I'm not sure if people aren't watching them, but for example, I've given this feedback a bunch of times that when we use the tesh symbol for ch, we connect them as one symbol. We don't write them as t and sh separately, okay? The same thing for dej. They should be connected. And that's the j sound, okay? I've given this feedback week after week after week. I've included a video in the whole class feedback and in people's individual feedback, and yet I'm still seeing it creep into people's work where the people aren't doing it. So I haven't marked that wrong, but it's showing me that people aren't implementing the feedback that I'm giving. Another example is even with theta, and I did mark this wrong this week. I have said that the theta is the same height as a lowercase l. It goes from the top line to the baseline with the line in the middle, okay? Some people are doing it the same height as a lowercase as a lowercase symbol. This is a different symbol called barred O, okay? So you can't do that one when you mean theta, all right? So, and I've tried to point that out a bunch of times, that I video and I posted the video, but you've got to implement the feedback. So go through the feedback I've given and create a checklist for yourself. You don't have to remember to do it all at once. Just take each item, check your work for that. Next item, check your work for that. Go through, takes the burden off of working memory, and you'll catch these mistakes that are kind of keep following you from week to week, okay? And that's going to give you room to make mistakes with new material, which we all need. We need room to make mistakes when we learn new things. But the mistakes that you made with connected discourse, with the mistakes in vowels, and some mistakes with syllabic consonants, and a couple of handwriting problems, and not following directions, all of that compounds and really negatively impacts your grade. So if there's anything you don't understand still, like if I keep giving you the feedback that you're missing the syllabic diacritic and you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back to the book, go back to the module, watch the video. If you still don't get it, contact me. I am happy to explain it in a way that resonates with you. I'm here for you. Okay? So don't suffer in silence, but also don't ignore the mistakes that you've made, because the sounds of English aren't going away. They're just going to keep coming back. So let's make some room so you have plenty of room to make mistakes with the new material. I hope this helps.